Hello everyone, welcome to Felipe's Reviews. Today we're going to take a look at the latest LEGO idea set, the Tree House. So this set contains 3,036 pieces and retail 350 Newton dollars. So this set is all about the tree house and it is a truly massive set and looks stunning on the outside as well. And the build itself is very complex, a lot more complex than I anticipated. It took me about 10 to 11 hours to complete the build, and it comes with a family of 4, and this is a tree house with 3 different rooms. First, we're going to take a look at the base around the treehouse. The base itself is completely brick built, so it doesn't come with any base plate. The technique that they use is very similar to the one they use for the Welcome to Apocalypse book set. And you got this outdoor table over here. You got a little pumpkin, a big one, and a smaller one. You got 3 chairs, and I like the way that they build the candles here. And if we move a little bit anti-clockwise, you see this bonfire here. A very interesting way to use the new magic one piece to create this bonfire. I really appreciate that. And then you have this brick build stream here. It's very interesting to build a stream like this. It's very similar to the techniques that they use in the Ninjago city set. And it's a very smart way to use this blue color, and then you've got the clear bricks on top. You've got a container with some vegetables and fish over there. I'll demonstrate how it works later on. And you've got some really nice plantation around this area, and the way they use the 8 piece and this flower piece to create this plant is absolutely genius. If you move further along, you'll notice some mushrooms over there, and you've got this printed piece to represent some carvings on the tree trunk, which is a very nice touch. And if you move further along the set, you will notice this swing over here. The way the swing is built is really nice, and I really like the way they build this, and it's definitely a highlight of this set for me. And the swing is actually a working one. And if we move further along, that's one lap around the treehouse, and you can see some very nice footpath along here. And then you got this staircase to go up to the first level of the treehouse. I have to say, I also really like the way this staircase is being built. You notice some of the pieces a printed wooden tile to give it more details, and the way that it built this curve here is really good. And you may notice there's a gap between the trunk of the tree and the base. It's because the trunk itself doesn't really attach to the base here. They use a very interesting technique which I haven't seen before in order to build this trunk. This allow you to actually just grab the trunk and move the tree house along, and it doesn't detach at all, which is a very impressive thing to see. And at the same time, the building of this trunk in the middle is the most frustrating part of the whole build, because of the unique and the interesting way they designed the trunk, and it's just a bit hard to get everything aligned and fitted nicely in one go. And now we're going to take a look at the individual rooms of the treehouse. So the build process is quite interesting. Basically, once you build the whole tree, you got some branches branching out, and then you start building the individual rooms. And once you finish the room, then you try to attach the room onto the branches. All 3 rooms are attached to branches like this. It can be frustrating again in order to put the rooms on top of these branches, just because it's quite hard to apply pressure while not breaking the whole thing. And you can see the outside of each rooms. It's very nicely detailed as well. And I really like the way they build this lamp here. So the interior of each room can be accessed quite easily. So all the branches that you see has some articulation points. So origin is at this angle, so you can move it further up to give you more room to access to the rooms. And the roof itself is not attached to the room permanently, but it uses a lockdown mechanism to secure the roof, so it doesn't move around. But obviously, if you flip the tree upside down, the roof will fell over. And the roof color coded, so this one with the red color, so you get this red color here, so you don't mix up the roof of different rooms. It's the inside of the parents room. Like here you got this clock here, which is a very interesting build. There's a very smart use of a silver flat tile to represent a mirror. There's a nice Easter egg on the shape in the bottle. And the way they build this window is very interesting, that I have never thought they're actually able to figure out this way to create a circular window here. And you can see the bed for mom and dad, and they also use this new piece to represent the pillows. There's also a thing that you can find under the bed, but it's a bit hard to access. I'm not sure if I can access now. It's a bit too difficult. But when you start building, they actually hide a scissor under the bed, which you can actually take it out. I'm not sure why they want to hide scissors under the bed. Maybe it's some Easter egg, but I find it quite interesting. It's easier to show you on the instruction booklet. You can see, this is the build of the bed, and they put the scissor underneath. Then they start covering up uh, with the actual bed on top. So the next room is the bathroom. So before we move on to the bathroom, you might notice there's a gap over here. I'm not sure if this is intentional or unintentional. I wish either the two level have a smaller gap, or they have some kind of platform for the minifigures to cross over from this level to this level. Otherwise, this gap is kind of big for any Lego minifigures, and could be deadly for any kid minifigures. And now let's remove the roof and take a look inside the bathroom. And you can see the shower over here, and then you got the toilet. I think it's all very nice touch. And then if you move around, you can see the sink. There are a couple more details, just a bathroom decoration on the other side of the wall. The only question I have for the bathroom is the number of windows it has, and the windows is not even glossed, so everyone can see who's showering inside. So I guess this family is kind of exhibitionist. Let's head back outside the bathroom. You'll notice this two here is for the minifigures to pull their supplies from the base onto this level, and it's actually a working action feature. So if I rotate this, then you will see the whole basket containing the supplies start dragging up to the upper level. I'm not sure if it's supposed to spin like this. Reminds me of that botched helicopter rescue. And let's continue our tour climbing up the treehouse. So between the bathroom and the children's room, because there's such a big gap, it makes sense to create a bridge to allow the minifigures to climb up to the next level. And this bridge here is by far my favorite part of this set. It's just genius the way that they build this. It looks stunning, and it actually works. So this is the children's room, and outside the children's room, you got this telescope, and the children's room has this nice balcony over here. And now let's take a look at inside of the children's room. And the children's room has this double-decker bed, which is really nicely designed again. I really like the way it looks, and on the top you've got this storybook over here, which is just a typical book piece, but you can open and they use this printed piece saying once upon a time, and the children are clearly very interested in learning more about nature. And you can see this microscope here, which is a brilliant microbial, and then a specimen of a plant. On the other side of the room, you've got a insect in the jar, which is a printed piece, and you've got another brick built house. I'm not sure whether it's a toy or it's a house that contains some other small animals. Let's head back outside the children's room, and underneath the children's room, you'll notice this bird house here, and you've got this new bird piece, which is introduced in the Disney princess theme, and also in the Disney collectible minifigure series too. And this is a very nice touch that I really like. And that's all the interior details of the tree house, and this is the top of the tree. I wish they add more stuff on top of here, but either way, the tree house looks extremely beautiful in my opinion. So this set does comes with another set of leaves in yellow and reddish brown color to recreate an autumn theme, and you can see at the back of the box how it looks like, and it looks really nice. But unfortunately, in order to change the color, there's quite a few disassembly that you need to do, because if you look at the leaves on the branches, it's quite locked down. So it will take some time and effort in order to change the color, because it only gives you a extra set of leaves, but not the other parts. And finally, we're going to take a look at the minifigure. So here's mom and dad. So the torso are not new, so it's kind of reused from torso from other themes. And both mom and dad have short hair. And the mother also comes with a secondary face expression, which is a wink. And here are the children minifigures, and they use the short legs, so I assume they are pretty young. Overall, I think the Tree House is definitely one of the best set in 2019. It just looks absolutely stunning. The build itself is very interesting and complex, at times frustrating, but I still think the 10 hours I spent on building this is absolutely worth it. Both the exterior and some of the interior details are excellent. For me, the highlights are definitely the staircase, the swing, and also the bridge connecting the two rooms. It's also a great idea to include another set of leaves for the change of season, but it slightly put me off because the amount of time and effort required to change the color of the leaves. I would totally recommend to every Lego fans out there to buy this set. Although the price is a bit high, but I still think it's worth every penny you spend. Let me know what you think about this set in the comment section below. If you like my video, be sure to check out my other videos and subscribe to my channel for more upcoming updates. I'll see you next time.